Hello, my psycho-spiritual friends. While you may not have been exposed to the concept of psycho-spirituality, in short, it is the idea that our psychology and our spirituality are entangled, that we are a bundle of personality, thoughts, emotions, and spirituality that are inseparable, and that it is at the junction of these where we learn and grow as spiritual beings. If all that sounds like psycho-spiritual babble, you may want to just soften your gaze and your thoughts and follow along to see what happens. No doubt many of you recognize this hand position, Namaste. It's amazing it has become so commonplace in our Western world, given its roots deep in Vedic history that preceded the Hindu faith in Southern Asia. A shorthand explanation would be that it is a sign of respect or regard. It may be simply translated as, I bow to you. However, many would suggest its deeper meaning is, the divine in me honors the divine in you. There are many variations across time. Thankfully, there are no right or wrong ways to see others as their whole beings. Now let's take this to another level, because we can. This comes from the deep mystical practices from many of the wisdom traditions. It looks like this. Let's call this transcendence, going to the source, which looks a lot like part of the sun salutation in yoga practice. Yet it is much more than that. Here's some plain language to describe what it symbolizes. Joel Goldsmith, the founder of the Infinite Way and a great spiritual healer, called this communion that leads to union. I am one with all that is. You are one with all that is. Therefore, with our full and conscious awareness, you and I are one through all that is. Now, here's the brilliant part. To quote Father Richard Rohr, everything belongs. So I am one with all that is. Every other part of the creation is one with all that is. So through full and conscious awareness and communion that leads to union, we are one with all that is. The divine in me honors the divine in you, and with conscious awareness, we are one with all that is. From that, all that is flows in us, through us, as us. The bounty of the creation comes through the communion that leads to union. The only possible mistake is when we collapse out of communion that leads to union and start to think that the flow comes from anywhere other than union. The great American philosopher Ken Wilber calls this Flatland. And even that is nothing but a mistake of forgetting who we are and how all that is works. The beauty is that the solution is nothing more than reestablishing the conscious awareness that I am one with all that is. The divine in me honors the divine in you, and with conscious awareness, we are one with all that is, and from that, all that is flows in us, through us, as us. Said a very wise mentor, we cannot not be one with all that is, though we can forget it. That's transcendence. It changes everything.